I've had so many people come into my live streams or in my comments or wherever just asking me, how do you get better at Marvel Rivals? Well, there's a couple different things. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's not like a thing you can do to get better. If someone tells you that, if you watch a video, a YouTuber or somebody tells you, this is what you do to get better at Marvel Rivals, they're lying to you. There's like 9 different things, you know what I mean? And they all kind of stack together. And they all are like situational dependent, but I'm gonna tell you 4 of the things that I really think will help you if you're actually genuinely struggling. And of course, this doesn't count like if you know your team is literally dookie cheeks, but I'm going to talk about that in a second because the most important thing in this game, as far as I'm concerned, is learning how to swap. It is absolutely, genuinely the thing that saves 90% of the games that are failing that I'm playing. Now, obviously, some games you don't have to swap, but sometimes, you know, things aren't going well, you know what I mean? And to have the ability to know, okay, this isn't going well, what do I need to swap to kind of counteract what's happening? Whether it's because you're doing bad or because your team is dookie cheek or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Having the ability to know when to swap is really useful. So, a really good frame of reference is if there's a lot of divers on your team, maybe you need more, like, you need more stronger walls for your team. So even if you're not playing tank, you can go somebody that'll help bunker things down a lot more, which will be like, you know, Mr. Fantastic, or it'll be you know, somebody that's a stronger character that you can stick around in the back line, like the Punisher or someone, where he can kind of help the supports with the divers. Because this brings me to my second point, which is you gotta stop blaming the team, man. Listen, you gotta stop blaming. Even if it is them. Listen, I know your team is bad. Trust me, your team is bad. My team's bad too. I'm diamond right now. My peak rank is G2, GM2. It's my peak rank. Listen. I'm not the best of the game, but I'm not the worst either. Okay. Plenty of times your team is going to be terrible. I'm aware. They're going to not be healing. The DPS is going to be DPSing. The tanks are going to be in the back line. I understand. I get it. Your Mantis thinks she's a DPS Mantis. But sometimes, you just got to stop blaming the team. And you got to take a little bit more, like, not responsibility, but sometimes when you're dying, even if your team isn't healing you enough, maybe you go, okay, my team's not healing me enough. Instead of just like getting tilted and going, they're not healing me. Why aren't they healing me, bro? What's granted? Instead of doing that, go, okay, I got to make sure I play a little further back because my team's not healing me. And then take those steps. Step back a little bit. Hang back, you know, be more cautious, whatever else. And that could help, you know what I mean? Of course, you still might die because if the team is really bad, of course, there's probably not a lot you can do. But just taking the blame off of trying to find someone else to put it on, it makes you play more safe. It makes you play more confidently, because you're not worried about, oh, if they're going to heal me, oh, if my DPS is going to get this pick. You kind of stop relying on them and you just rely on yourself. So that kind of brings me to my other point, which is you need to simultaneously play for yourself and play for the team. So what I mean by this is that, like, if you notice that your team is dying to divers a lot, your supports are dying to divers, or if you are support, if you're dying to a diver or whatever's going on, you're going to have to play a little bit more selfishly to keep yourself alive sometimes. Because unfortunately, the way the game is, like, if your team is bad, you're probably going to die. So there are moments where you're going to have to go, okay, I'm going to have to let this person die so I can get out, or else we're both gonna die. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just, again, you have to kind of gauge that situation and just know when the right time to do those kind of things is. But that just comes with time and practice. Like, if you are very well aware you're not gonna win a fight, don't go into it. Just don't go into it. So many times with positioning is everything in this game. Positioning is so huge. It's not about, I mean, this isn't like, you know, Counter-Strike. It's not, oh, if you can flick and hit somebody's head instantly with a one tap, they die with an AK. It's not that kind of thing. You're not going to 1v6. You're not him. Take the mask off, bro. It's not going to happen, all right? It's just not going to happen. So positioning is so huge. So if you're playing tank, you need to be frontline, but you need to be not so frontline that you can't see what's going on behind you. So you need to be able to turn around and protect your supports or protect your DPS. If you're playing DPS, your position needs to be good. If you're a backline like Namor or Punisher, You need to be able to make sure that you are able to be healed. And again, a lot of times when you're not being healed by supports, you're not being shielded by tanks or protected or whatever else, a lot of times it's because you're out of position. And keep in mind, think about the game through the support's eyes, right? The less they have to look around and try to find out where you are, the easier it is to heal you. You're not in a good spot to be healed sometimes. Sometimes they're not healing you, sometimes you're not in a good spot. You just have to decide. Make sure you know where you're at. If you're in a bad spot, try to look around, see where your team is. Try to be around at least 2 people in your team at all times, or else you're probably in a bad spot. It's a good way to case it. Like, oh, am I near people right now? Should I be there? And if you're playing a diver like Magic or Spider-Man, obviously doesn't apply, but you gotta know when to get in and out. If you're playing a diver, know when to leave. You know what I mean? If you use your kit and you miss something or you get a pick, get out. You get 1 pick, leave. If you mess up and you waste your cooldowns, then leave. Come back. Don't stay in. People stay in too long because like, oh, I'm getting kills, I'm getting picks, I'm doing damage. Get out. You gotta get out. You're drawing attention. You've done what you're supposed to do. You're shaking things up. You're doing damage, getting kills. Leave. Dip out. For supports, a lot of the times you don't look around enough. I'm just be straight up with you. You don't look around enough sometimes as a support player. A lot of times you're focusing the tanks. You're focusing this. You're focusing that. If you're not able to heal everyone on the team because your other support's not doing that well or whatever else, maybe consider going like Rocket Raccoon, where his heals are a little slower, but they can reach more people. Consider going like, you know, going Luna. You can flick around easier than you can on like, you know, Sue because her primary is like less range, you know. So it's just, again, knowing when to swap, you know, playing for yourself, but also making sure you're there for your team if they need you. Positioning is really, really huge. And the last thing is you gotta find a character on at least every role, because if you're out there and you're only playing DPS, you're only playing support, you're only playing tank, if you do have to swap, you're gonna be confused. And even if you don't find 1 character on every role, find at least 3 characters, 2 to 3 characters that you feel super comfortable on, that you can completely just dominate on. Because if you're only good on 1 character, at the end of the day, if that character gets banned, or if that character, you know, somebody else locks that character and you're not a thrower and you have to play a different character, you're going to be lost. So find at least 2, 3 characters you're really good on and just grind those guys out. No, don't swap over and over again. Something that people do in bronze a lot or in silver lobbies, they swap characters like 9 times. Do not swap your character 9 times in a game, because what it does is you're not only getting rid of your ult, but you're also like, your team can't settle in, like if you're swapping characters too much. So hopefully something I said in this video helps you guys out. I want to do a more in-depth video for a lot of these things. Like I want to do a positioning video, I want to do a whatever else video, but for now I think that's a pretty good starting point, you know what I mean? So hopefully this helped. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to let me know if I did help. If there's something you're curious about, I will definitely answer down in the comments. I'm sure other people will be happy to answer as well. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Take care of yourselves. Peace.